Hello guys, Dr.Pitanger there, and today it's been a bit more than a month since the IS5 Expansion I happened. The meta has drastically changed thanks to a certain item and how easy it is now to have access to a lot of different hands, a lot of attack speed, and so on. On top of that, we now have Keylon, who more than usual requires a very specific setup. So with all this, I figured it would be a good idea to make a little top 5 of the units that have become meta since the last expansion. So obviously, I won't include units that were already very good before the expansion, like you won't see me saying stuff like Ines or roSmontis, because well, roSmontis became broken because of our module. So with that out of the way, let's start. Number 5, and I'm already cheating with my rules, because I will be including 3 operators, Grainbuds, Estina, and Glaucus. Let me explain. Grainbuds and Estina are simply there because they are Vessel Binders with very high attack speed, which means they work very well with the Hand of Buckler, which can be particularly useful if you don't have a lot of DPS for Keylon's second phase. So you might be wondering, why not including Angelina? Well, it's simple. More than usual, you actually don't get a lot of value from Hand of Buckler with Angelina, for a simple reason. Since her alpha module happened, you want to use Angelina's S3, while the skill that benefits the most from the Hand of Buckler is actually her S2. So if you pick Angelina, with the lamp you're gonna get the Hand of Buckler, and you're gonna use her S3. So you want other Vessel Binders with high attack speed to benefit from this hand. So this is where Grainbuds and Estina get in the scene. And so why Glaucus? Glaucus has a 6-second bind with her S2, with only a 30-second recovery, which in a lot of cases is more than enough to prevent Keylon from passing by if you don't have stuff like Ethan or Chalbai. So I felt like I had to at least mention her. The main issue with the Hand of Buckler is that it only deals 3% damage to the target's current health, not max health, otherwise it would be absolutely ridiculous. And this is why these 3 are only 5th place. Number 4. Asgene. Asgene is there pretty much as the same reason as Grainbuds and Estina. That is to say, with a lot of attack speed, she's gonna perma-slow the boss, but on top of that, she's also able to deal quote-unquote AoE damage, and she has a very spammable S1 with the Hand of Undulation. Spammable skills are actually much better since the expansion happened, simply because getting a lot of attack speed is not an issue anymore, so you can easily get a lot of value from spinach-like items. So that's why I usually prefer using her S1, but the S2 can also have some surprising uses, most importantly because it increases her effective range, so use whichever skill you like. They are both pretty good. Number 3. Chalbai. Chalbai was already pretty good in the meta in my opinion, because getting some attack speed was usually not that difficult. It's just that getting a lot of attack speed was actually pretty difficult. Chalbai being already pretty much in the meta puts her in the 3rd place, because if she was absolutely not meta at all before, then I would have put her in 1st place. Chalbai is a fantastic alternative to Ethan, because with her S1 you're able to bind an enemy permanently, and for Keylon this is extremely powerful. I feel like people are rediscovering how Chalbai is actually pretty good. There are a lot of things about Chalbai that makes her good. The S2 that actually has one more range tie, which can be pretty handy sometimes. The fact that all of her skills deal arts damage, which means she's actually pretty good to destroy the crystals in the early game. The fact that her S3 can attack multiple enemies at the same time, and so on. So yeah, Chalbai is one of the best winners of this expansion, but in my opinion she was never that bad, and I've used her a lot in the past. So this is why she's only 3rd place and not 2nd or 1st one. Number 2. Sentala. Sentala is clearly one of the best winners in this expansion. The fact that SP is not an issue with the Hand of Undulation makes her being able to spam her S2 with no limits. And the fact that her S2 actually scales with attack speed means she can easily perma-freeze a lane by her own. Of course, there's still some RNG involved, but usually it's not much of an issue. And if you're going for a Hand of Undulation run, so with things like Golden Glow, Lapland Altar, this kind of stuff, then you absolutely want to recruit Sentala or Mostima at some point. The thing is, Mostima was never that bad either, and that's why I refuse to put her in this list, but Sentala was always considered to be pretty bad, and all of a sudden with this hand she actually climbed the steps of the meta to end up actually being very good, so she absolutely deserves 2nd place, purely for her ability to stall an entire lane by yourself. But you know what's better than stalling an entire lane by yourself? Actually destroying the whole lane, and that's exactly what number 1 does. Number 1. Meteorite, spammable skill on S1, allowing her to have a lot of value from spinach-like items. Extremely powerful passive that has a 1 chance out of 2 to proc. High AoE damage, very high damage in general thanks to the Hand of Rumble. Meteorite is by far, in my opinion, the best winner in this expansion. This expansion might as well be called the Hand of Rumble expansion because everything, okay, maybe not everything, we have to exclude Phalanx casters there, but if we exclude Phalanx casters, everything that benefits from the Hand of Rumble is absolutely broken because Hand of Rumble rewards having a lot of attack speed, and you get a lot of attack speed in IS5 Expansion I. So that's why Whistle is at an all-time high, that's why Rosmontis with her alpha module is extremely powerful, that's why Grey Altar is extremely powerful, that's why even stuff like Thea Meta is very powerful, and Meteorite is not an exception. She's actually the second best 5-star sniper you can recruit now, just behind Grey Altar, but Grey Altar was already pretty good. Meteorite is the clear surprise there. You can literally put her against one of the lanes in the Keylon fight, and she's gonna destroy the entire lane by herself. It's actually pretty funny seeing a year 0 operator actually being this powerful after almost 6 years. So if you ever intend to use the Hand of Rumble strategy, which you absolutely should by the way, then upgrade your Meteorite ASAP. You will not regret it at all. So this is it guys, this was my video for the top 5 operators that benefited from Expansion 1 the most. Tell me in the comments who you think I missed, leave a like, subscribe, and see you in the next video.